Hi everybody, welcome to the series finale of my show, Date-us-Interruptis. I haven't posted in a while for two reasons. First, I was really starting to lose faith in humanity, but lo and behold, I've been going with the same guy for the past 91 days. Hooray! He's a super sweetheart. He makes me feel valued, respected, special. He has from the get-go. He's consistent. We talk on the phone every single day. He texts me. We felt like we were best friends pretty immediately. It's effortless. Now it's long distance, so it's not totally effortless because we got to visit each other, but it's totally worth it. We didn't meet on the apps. We actually met 14 years ago through my ex-husband. It wasn't like that, but he was a nice guy, and recently he reached out to me because he saw I was on LinkedIn. And I forgot to update that I wasn't in Dallas anymore. He asked me to go to lunch, and I was like, oh, I would love to, except I'm not in Dallas. And he said, oh, where are you? I said, I'm in San Diego. He asked me what I thought. I said, it's really pretty, but dating sucks. And he said, well, why don't you skip the dating apps and go out on a date with me? When you come to visit, we can make long distance work, and we have been. So I wanted to take the opportunity to talk through 10 tips and lessons learned of what I have learned over the past 5 years. Tip number 1, if he's not calling or texting with some consistency, that's a bad sign he's not that into you. Be careful if he texts like once every few weeks and seems really into you when he does, because he could be doing that with a bunch of people. If a guy really likes you, he will be consistently getting a hold of you regularly. Number 2, now be careful. Even if he is texting you regularly, listen to what he says. If he says he's not looking for something serious, you've got to believe him. If he says he's just trying to have a good time, or he's just trying to see how you vibe, those are all kind of worrisome, because he could be doing all the things like texting you with frequency, holding your hands while you're watching nature shows, asking you about your hopes and dreams, asking you on dates 3 times a week. But he could be doing that with a ton of people. True story. So when somebody tells you something, you've got to believe them. Don't do the one day he's going to realize how awesome I am, so I'm going to cook him dinner. No, you're wasting your time. Move on. Number 3, if you catch him in a lie, get out of there. Any kind of healthy relationship has a foundation based on trust, and vulnerability is about sharing things that are hard. And, right, you need trust. If you have trust, you don't have trust, you don't have anything. So get out of there if he's lying. Number 4, I don't love this one, but it is helpful. Look at who he's connected to on the social media. If you see he's connected to a whole bunch of women who have thongs on and he's liking all their pictures in their thongs, that could be a bad sign. He could be messing with them while he's messing with you. True story. So just be mindful, just observe. Number 5, be yourself. Don't play games. So this is where I differ from a lot of the social media dating coaches. And that's that they'll say, okay, you want them to value you and you want to create that value. So if they text you, don't text back for an hour. That's nonsense. I think that's crap. If you are not busy in that moment and you want to text them back, text them back. You shouldn't have to play all these mind games with someone. You should just be yourself, because if you do that, I think you're just elongating the duration before you realize they're not the right person for you. And ain't nobody got time for that. Life is short, okay? So be yourself. You're not clingy. You're not needy. You deserve a relationship. It's okay that you want to be exclusive. It's okay to want to be traditional. And I'm traditional. I don't want to date a ton of people at the same time. It's hard to keep them straight from one another. And in addition, it's very hard to give somebody a fair shot if you're going after a whole bunch of people at the same time. And that same thing is true in reverse to you. And so it's okay. You know, it's okay that you want to have someone focus on you. Number 6, don't cry over crap that is not working out after the first couple months, right? Like, or maybe within the first couple months, right? Like if it's been 1 date, 2 dates, 3 dates, 4 dates, 5 dates, it could be a bunch of dates where that person is presenting themselves as this could be working out, but then all of a sudden they start to emerge, right? Give it the full 90 days. And you learn a lot within that time frame, but you can't get all torn to pieces after 1 or 2 dates when you think it's works or you really like the person. Just no, it takes time before you find the right person. That which brings me to my next point. Point number 7 is you have got to burn through the nonsense. You're looking for a needle in the haystack. Not every single guy that you meet or you talk to on these apps is going to be a good candidate for you. And so you got to think about them as Kleenexes, and you got a runny nose and you blow your nose and that tissue is not usable. Next tissue, blow your nose. Next, 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 next. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but if you really put so much faith in each person you talk to, you're going to feel a whole lot of disappointment and you're going to waste a lot of your own time. Which brings me to my next point, which is trust your gut. You don't have to get an investigation on each person that you do. If you are feeling a vibe, you don't have to identify what is causing that vibe or if that vibe is well-founded or not. Unless you have some major trust or jealousy issues, like maybe you got to go to therapy or something like that. But I don't have trust issues. I don't have jealousy issues. I'm not really an insecure person. I have insecurities. I can tell you every single time in my whole life where I felt somebody was doing funny business with a whole bunch of women while they were with me, they were. So trust your instinct, right? Trust your gut on anything. Even if it feels funny. Next thing is don't listen to people whose values are different from yours, right? And so if you don't believe in having sex before marriage, but someone else does, don't treat their opinion as the gospel, because you're coming at it from 2 different planes of existence. That's like me asking somebody who has a damn bicycle, how do I work my Tesla? We're not dealing with the same technology. How helpful is that going to be? Now, I'm not saying don't talk to them at all, because it's good to get perspective, but don't treat their opinion as the gospel. And that brings me to my next point, which is kind of slightly the opposite, but similar, is join some kind of support group or an online site where people are going through the same thing, because it does help to get other people's opinions as a sounding board. And, you know, maybe you don't know them. Maybe you'll immediately know if you have the same value as the person who's chiming in with their opinion, but it helps to get different perspectives. And people do want to help one another. If you post the pictures, sometimes they'll be like, whoa, Molly, you in danger, girl, get out of there. I went out with that guy and he did this and that and the other, and then he showed up at my work, and it's like, whoa, there are some predators out there. So be careful. I didn't even share all the stories of things that, you know, dates I went on where I escaped unscathed narrowly. So again, trust your gut. If anything feels weird, don't even go out on that date at all, right? And so look to the people who are out there, and be patient with yourself, love yourself, try to be positive with all the dates that don't work, with all the conversations that don't work. Just try to think, okay, what did I learn from that? What did I learn about myself? Was anything funny? Just, did I enjoy that restaurant? Did I learn this cool new place? Things like that. And, you know, there's tons of people in this world, tons. It takes time. Be patient with yourself. It's a big process. Thanks for letting me process, and good luck in love, in health, in life, in spirituality, in family, in all things in 2024.